Hello and welcome to the NYRx Dose Optimization webinar hosted by the NYRx Education and Outreach team. We will begin by defining dose optimization, also referred to as DO, which is indicated with the red superscript and the preferred drug list, also known as the PDL. On November 14, 2013, the NYRx Medicaid Pharmacy Program instituted a dose optimization initiative. Dose optimization can reduce prescription costs by reducing the number of pills that a patient takes each day. The department has identified drugs to be included in this program, the majority of which have FDA approval for once-a-day dosing, have multiple strengths available in correlating increments at similar costs, and are currently being utilized above the recommended dosing frequency. We will now look at a few examples to explain the criteria requirements related to dose optimization. In this example, 3 of the medications in the ARB drug class are subject to dose optimization limitations: Benicar, Diovan, and Mecardis. In the third column of the PDL, prior authorization / coverage parameters, you'll see the above verbiage that will refer you to the dose optimization chart for specific dose optimization limitations related to each of the medications. Here, you will see the dose optimization chart and the specific dose optimization limitations that apply specifically to each of the ARB drug class medications, Benicar, Diovan, and Mecardis. For these 3 medications, the dose optimization limitation specifies 1 tablet daily for the specified strengths. Please note a PA will be required for quantity requests exceeding the DO limitation. In this next example, we will take a look at the criteria requirements for the 3 of the medications in the SSRI drug class: Viibryd, Lexapro, and Trintellix. In the third column of the PDL, prior authorization / coverage parameters, you will see the above verbiage that will refer you to the dose optimization chart for specific dose optimization limitations related to each of the medications. We will discuss the specific limitations on the next slide. Here is the dose optimization chart that identifies the dose optimization limitations for Lexapro, Trintellix, and Viibryd. Quantity request that exceeds this limit will require a prior authorization. NYRx will allow 2 doses per day for up to 90 days for dose titration. Next, we will discuss the standard process for prior authorizations. Prescribers will be required to obtain a prior authorization when prescribed beyond the limits shown on the dose optimization chart within the PDL. Consideration is given for drugs requiring dose titration. Prescribers who prescribe beyond the limits shown on the dose optimization chart within the PDL should choose one of the following methods. They may call the NYRx Clinical Call Center at 1-877-309-9493, or they can obtain a PA form linked in this slide deck and fax the form to 1-800-268-2990. Fax requests are responded to within 24 hours, and the call center operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 99.9% of PAs are approved on the initial phone call. Cover My Meds is another option, which is an electronic prior authorization request submission channel, allowing pharmacy providers to initiate EPA requests on behalf of the member to the prescriber, and prescribers to initiate and submit EPA requests with approvals potentially given in real time. NYRx requires prescribers to fully complete PA forms, ensuring that all fields are filled out with complete information. Both fax and phone requests require the prescriber or their authorized agent to provide the following: member's name, member's date of birth, member's Medicaid client identification number, prescriber's name, prescriber's national provider identifier, prescriber's phone number, prescriber's fax number, and the drug being requested, including the name, strength, direction, quantity, and number of refills. For non-preferred drugs, confirmation of one or more of the following is required: treatment failure with a preferred agent, adverse reaction with a preferred agent, or documented history of successful therapeutic control with the non-preferred agent and transition to a preferred agent is contraindicated. Next, we'll provide some information regarding the NYRxEO team and how to contact us. The purpose and mission of the NYRxEO team is to serve as a liaison between all stakeholders and NYRx to support care coordination. This team assists New York State Department of Health and its stakeholders by ensuring members receive their medications in a timely manner, facilitate intervention and access for medically complex cases, provide detailed information about NYRx drug coverage, prior approval requirements, and NYRx enrolled pharmacies. The E&O team is comprised of clinical liaisons who are trained to support complex pharmacy cases, specifically for members who may have HIV/AIDS, hemophilia, are in foster care, have serious mental illness, substance use disorder, or hepatitis C. The E&O team serves as a resource for NYRx program-related questions and supports New York State by offering educational opportunities such as this webinar. The E&O team hosts virtual drop-in office hours for various audiences throughout the week. These sessions are available to all stakeholders, and we welcome you to hop in, ask a question, and get support when it's convenient for you. Office hours are also available by appointment. If a particular provider or a group of stakeholders need support, this is especially convenient if it requires PHI discussion. For any office hour inquiries, please send an email to NYRxEO@primetherapeutics.com. For more information about the resources and tools that E&O offers, please visit our webpage. This slide contains E&O call center contact information in addition to the E&O website, mailbox, and subscription service. The E&O call center can be reached by calling 1-833-967-7310 Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, or by email at NYRxEO@primetherapeutics.com. Please note that if calling to discuss protected health information in the E&O call center, callers must have an NPI or an individual verification number, which requires a provisioning process to keep member information protected. To find out more about this process or to request an IVN, send an email to the E&O mailbox. NYRx Education and Outreach Notification Service is a new, free service that keeps stakeholders up to date on the latest news for NYRx, the Medicaid pharmacy program. To register, use the QR code in the third box or click Subscribe Today. And this concludes the NYRx Dose Optimization webinar. NYRx Education and Outreach would like to thank you for joining with us today, and we hope that this information was helpful for you.